Hey there, folks. I'm Isaac, and I return.
And I'm Claire, and I have a Animal Crossing Island now.
And this is Make That Game,
where we pitch the latest,
the greatest
new video game ideas
that won't ever get made.
No, but this podcast will get made. Hello,
this podcast
everyone.
will get made. Hello, welcome back. We took a break. Everyone knows, everyone who's listened for any amount of time knows that every once in a while, my lungs just don't work for an extended period of time, and I cough a lot.
Yeah.
And that makes recording.
Yeah, a podcast pretty difficult.
Yeah, recording a quality podcast pretty difficult.
That's true.
Editing a quality podcast pretty difficult.
Yeah.
And so we took a little bit of a break.
Yeah, so usually we take some kind of holiday hiatus around this time. And we just kind of left early and with no announcement. So this is us saying to you listeners, we're here. We're still making podcasts.
We are.
And this will be our last episode of 2025. Wow,
Yeah,
I'm already in the next year.
Yeah.
No, our last episode of 2025. So we're going to continue our hiatus after this.
Yes.
But
we will have a live stream.
We will have a live stream. So go to twitch.tv/makethatgame. And
like and subscribe.
We will be streaming on, I believe, the 20th, Saturday the 20th. Is that the day it's on the calendar?
Let me look. Look. I'm looking it up. It takes a while.
And that'll be our last stream of 2025 as we do our monthly streams. And we have to stream every month. So we want to, although I think we missed May because we were getting married. That feels true.
No, but we did live stream.
Oh, right.
Well,
we did a live show
at
the wedding, which really does count.
Counts.
So, yes.
It's a live something.
Oh, you know what we should do today?
What?
The list of goals I wrote down in my notes app from 2025
okay,
January.
But I'm not ready for that yet because I haven't accomplished any. So I've got some of December left. That's
okay. So do you want? So I guess we'll hold off till our
Hold on. Actually, let me look at. I want to see how funny this is because I remember like loosening my goals a little bit.
Yeah. So should we go through them?
Well, let me.
You wrote them down too?
Yeah.
Okay.
How else do we even keep track of it?
Well, I have them.
It's just Notes app is bad.
True.
I don't. This is crazy. This is nuts. How can I not find any of this?
I called mine 2025 podcast goals, so I did find that pretty quick.
Oh, video game goals. Okay.
You only had one. Did you succeed? I think we should just talk it out loud.
I actually had two.
Okay, well, let's say what it is. So Isaac's goal for 2025 was to beat 8 games.
And that was also my goal for 2024.
Okay, and how many games have you beat since?
Oblivion and Creepy Fishing.
Okay, so you have 2.5 weeks to do 6 more games.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, my goals were finish Tears of the Kingdom. I have not yet finished Tears of the Kingdom. I did try to stream it, and I didn't. I was still not able to beat Ganon.
But you did get close.
Right, but I think I have to. I think I have to like delete that progress because I need more resources. My other one was video game once a week. To play at least one video game once a week. That has been fairly easy. Thank you, Claire Obscure.
Yeah.
That really got me back into the habit. And then now with Animal Crossing, where I have to play every day for the dailies.
Oh, don't forget your turnips. Wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta pause this. You gotta go do your turnips.
I
pause
have to go
the recording.
buy turnips. Please hold. Okay, we're back.
Okay, turnips secured.
It took way longer than expected to find Daisy May who sells the turnips. Now, for those of you who don't play Animal Crossing, turnips are the stock market. So essentially, yes. So essentially,
turnips have stalks.
Right, but I'm buying turnips to hopefully buying them to hope they appreciate over the week.
Yeah, which they will.
Hopefully.
I feel it in my bones.
Last time I bought turnips, they didn't, and I lost money. And then I forgot to buy turnips last week, so I've not been doing awesome on this, but
everything's gonna turn around now.
Gonna turn
just
up
one
around.
more spin.
Okay. Anyway, back to our goals. So, where's my phone?
We lost the phone in the process.
I need it for the rapid
Daisy
fire
May
round.
stole your phone.
Probably. No, okay. We got it.
All right.
We're professional podcasters out here, okay?
Well, we're rusty. We're out of practice. It's
Yeah.
been a hot minute.
Just one hot minute.
Maybe 2.
Okay. So my goal, as I said, was finish Tears of the Kingdom. I have not yet, but I think it's good to refresh our goals now. We have 2.5 weeks, right? So we'll report back in January if we actually did it, because I think I can do it. I think in the next 2.5 weeks I can finish Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know if I can finish 6 games.
We talked about how I've been playing at least one video game once a week, and that has been great. And then my final one was submit Go Home and Sleep to speedrun.com, which I have not done because I have not been able to record a personal best since the last time I streamed it 2 years ago. So, but that's another thing I could work towards.
Yeah.
I just have to record it. That's the hardest part, because like I've practiced and done pretty well, but still not personal best. I haven't gotten back to my personal best because I was rusty. Okay. Then our podcast goal was to start a Patreon, which I did create an account for, but we have no
launch plan. We haven't planned a launch.
So I would say 50% there.
Okay, all right.
Because I made the graphics for it, so that's in there. It looks nice, but you can't really do anything there yet because we don't have anything. And then also I wrote down any game, which I think means make any game, which we have not done in any way. And I don't think that one's possible in the next 2 weeks.
No. Well, I mean, we had initially tried. It was last December we tried like the game jam.
And we didn't talk about that too much because it was kind of a flop.
Yeah, we did not go into it prepared.
No, and I don't really want to do it I don't think December break is the right time.
No, it's not, because it's so busy with other things.
I get tired really easily.
We got to do it in the summer.
I think so.
We got to do it on the what's the opposite of the equinox?
The solstice?
So the longest day of the year?
Oh,
is that the solstice?
Summer solstice, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But technically the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. So solstice is just
a day of the year.
Yeah. Equinox is spring and fall. Solstice is summer and winter.
Equinox is when night and day are equal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, we should do it during the summer solstice.
Okay.
Solstice.
Solstice. Okay. So that'll be our first goal for 2026, summer solstice. Oh, game jam. We just said it, so I don't know what else to say. All right. So our jobs in the next 2.5 weeks. Yours is to finish 6 more games.
I can do it. I just need to play. I just need to buy every other game by the creepy fishing person.
Yeah, we love it. And then mine is to finish Tears of the Kingdom and submit Go Home and Sleep to speedrun.com.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it.
That's all we gotta do. That's all we gotta do. Okay, great. So that was the goals update. Thanks for coming to that discussion. That was unprompted, but excellent. We did have a theme last time we recorded the podcast.
Yeah, what was that theme?
That theme was sweater, because it's sweater weather.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, what's your sweater-themed game that you had a month to think about and definitely thought about every day that month?
I definitely thought about it every single day this month. All right, so this is an action platformer. All right, you're playing an action platformer where doing movement and being in hot areas causes you to sweat.
Okay.
And then sweating gives you different
sweat
properties.
Like a person who sweats.
Yeah, you are a person who sweats. So you get different properties based on how much you're sweating, and like one of your attack method is to like whip a slick of sweat at enemies.
Oh, gross. Love it.
So you have to be like really sweaty in order to use it. And then like sweating naturally drips off of you, so you're like losing sweat as long if you like idle for too long. But yeah, mostly like that's like the gist of the idea. I think we can imagine how this plays out and like the different variations of levels and stuff.
I really like the mechanic of you lose sweat as you idle, which like encourages player action.
Yes, activity. But there might be some areas where like you want to not be sweaty. To get through. I actually can't think of a use case for that, but
I don't know. I think it's an interesting way to make the player like have to make quick decisions.
Yes.
Like you can't overthink this. I think that's pretty cool.
If you stand in place too long, if there's like a gap with like spikes and an enemy on the other side, you can't like formulate too much of an attack. You kind of just have to do it so that you're sweaty enough where when you land, you'll be able to whip sweat at them.
Yeah.
And another thing that I'm like, if you get like super sweaty, you're like actively dripping it off of you onto the ground, and it like makes it like slick. Or like you can put out fires by sweating on them and stuff. Like it'll sweat, like maybe like if you whip sweat at a fire, it'll obviously put it out.
Yeah.
But I see something where it's like a one-way platform. Like you can't go down, but like sweat can drip down. Like it's like a grate or something.
Okay.
And so you just have to like get sweaty and then let sweat drip down onto the fire to put it out to like open up a door
I like this.
somewhere
There's a
else
lot
in the
of
level.
there's a lot of opportunities. Now, I do have to bring up one thing that came to mind, which is a short film called My Best Friend's Sweating. My Best Friend's Wedding. My Best Friend's Sweating.
Okay.
And it's by the Daniels, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I think you should watch it after the show, and I think the listeners should watch it.
Oh, okay.
It is,
all right.
It's on the internet. You just have to look it up. My Best Friend's... I don't know how it's actually spelled, but I think it's My Best Friend Sweating is how... And it's like a minute long. Like, it's very short.
Oh, good. Okay. Phew.
But...
You might have already shown me this one.
It's possible. We watch it. So I volunteer at a film festival every year, and we watch it with the children. They're literally like 14 to 18.
That's children. Everyone
That's
under
true.
37
they are
is
legally
a child.
children. So, but we watch it every year with them, and they always love it. And they're film nerds, so they have an interesting taste. Okay. My game?
Yeah, I would like to hear your sweater game.
My
and
sweater
how it
game
has to do with
is
sweat glands.
It's not, but it's similar to yours in that it is a 2D platformer.
Okay.
But you're wearing a sweater at the start.
Yes.
And your sweater is caught on something.
And the yarn runs
so
out?
The yarn runs out. So it's the puzzle is how to get to the end on the yarn that you have.
Okay.
So like once you run out of yarn, you can't move any further. Like you're like stuck.
Okay.
But when you back up, it like re-sweaters. So you can kind of like try different paths and things like that.
This reminds me of, if anyone remembers it, it's a very old game idea that I pitched once. It was called Long Tom.
I remember
where
Long
you
Tom.
were a cat. And I think, I only vaguely remember it, but I think it was the same concept. No, because you didn't like...
I remember the title of the game. I don't remember what the mechanics were.
I can't remember if your butt stayed in place and part of it was like the snake game where you can't cross yourself again. Can you cross yourself in this sweater game?
Yes, you can. Yes,
okay.
Although I think a fun mechanic would be if you do it too many times, you get like tangled and then you can't go back past that point.
I like that a lot. That's really fun and cool.
Yeah, so like you might be able to do it like once and be okay, but if you do it like 3 or more times, it creates a tangle and you can't go back beyond that. Yeah. So it's also there's a little Baba Is You in it in the sense that it is
I
like
was thinking about Baba Is You.
It is truly puzzly. Like I don't even know if there would be combat. I don't think so. I think it's more about like
just
the puzzle.
Solving puzzles, yeah. Navigating the level with your sweater.
It's called Kirby's Epic Yarn. No.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but
we don't give names to the games in these segments.
We don't
unless we come up with really good ones. We save all of our naming power
for the rapid fire.
For the rapid fire round, which is why every single rapid fire round is such a primo name all the time. We never phone it in.
We've saved it just for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a really short game pitch session, but I do like our games that we came up with.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. So the reason I came up with one about like sweating is not because I was specifically trying to be like, I'm thinking about it deeper than everyone else. But I just assumed, all right, can I this is going to be fun. I'm going to tell you what I thought you were going to come up with.
Okay. Oh, and so you're trying to like combat that.
And so I couldn't come up with this one.
Yeah. No, this is good. Tell me that.
I thought you were going to come up with an action platformer. Like you did.
Yeah.
Well, not really action but like puzzle platformer. Well, this idea would be more action platformer, where you basically played Mabel Pines from
with the
Gravity
grappling
Falls,
hook,
where specifically the sweater gives you different powers based on which sweater is emblazoned.
That's really fun.
And so you collect sweaters with like the symbols on them,
and they have different powers.
And you
so
do
you're
that.
like, I can't do a sweater game because I did come up with a sweater specific.
Yeah, I was like, any sweater idea that I come up with, like based around actual sweaters, is going to literally be involving somehow like the emblazon of the sweater. The emblazon of the sweater? I don't know.
The design?
Yeah, the design of the sweater giving you powers. And I was like, I'm 99% sure Claire is going to come up with an idea that revolves around that too. So if we both pitch the same idea, no. So I have to come up with a different definition of sweater.
So you basically came up with 2 game ideas.
Correct. I came up with 2 game ideas, and I was like, this one's too obvious. Claire loves Mabel and her sweater so much, she won't not have this. And then you didn't even have it.
I didn't have it.
You didn't even have it.
Different game. We should do one of these where we come up with the game we think the other person would come up with. That would be really funny.
Like the couples game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So would we have to come up with our own game idea, or would we just go, okay, yeah, that sounds like one that I would do? Like, would we both have to come up with 2?
I guess we'd have to, like, before you pitch yours, I would, like, guess, like, here's what I think it is, and then you would pitch it. I don't know. I just think it's funny. That's funny. I did not. I did a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we get to discuss something. Although we've been discussing a lot of things randomly throughout.
Yeah,
this game,
we've already.
I always call the podcast a game because we're talking about games all the time, and I'm like,
it's kind of a game.
Kind of a game.
What we're gonna talk about this time?
I remembered.
Oh.
It was Great British Bake Off game design.
Great British Bake Off game design.
No, but it was specifically that they were doing a challenge. It was like, should you be judged? It was bread week, I think. Or
yeah,
we
were watching
biscuit week.
Okay. We watched both of those recently.
Basically, they were making something that wasn't bread. Let's just be like, that had to go in their bake, and they were kind of like, it doesn't feel fair that I'm going to be judged on like a sauce when it's bread week. And we were like, well, that's kind of bad game design, because if the focus is supposed to be bread, then like you should be mainly judged on the bread. And you said that could be a good game design discussion.
Yes.
That's what we were going for.
And then we both forgot about it, so we didn't really have time to prepare anything.
Now.
But you did remember it, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It is fun.
I wish I remembered the exact like circumstance in the show that caused someone to say that.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know if it was bread week, but that was the essence of it. Was like, there was a part to what they were making that was very much not about that, and they're like, why am I being judged on like a caramel when it's supposed to be?
Yes. And so thinking about it now, like in the moment, it's kind of like, is that a situation that comes up in video games? Like, we are a general game. I think we're a general game design.
Yeah, we've
talked about non-video
We've talked about
game.
Tabletop gaming a little bit. I've talked about escape room game design.
I think we mostly present as video game design.
Right. That's the majority. And well, I will say too, just like the mechanics of the Great British Bake Off, for those who don't know, is each week, each episode is a theme, and they have 3 challenges based on that theme. So they'll have like bread week, biscuit, which is cookies for Americans, biscuit week, pastry week, like, you know, all these different elements. And once they did tacos, and it was horrible. And also bad game design, I think, because a taco isn't baking. It's supposed to be the bake off. Like,
they had to bake tortillas, right?
Yeah, but like,
but that's so little of the actual taco. It's so little of a taco.
They're literally like making taco meat. It's bizarre. Like, I mean, there's some where they'll make like a pastry that's stuffed, like a savory pastry with like sausage in it or something.
That's fine.
And that's fine. It does kind of like blur the lines, but it's, you know, I think it still counts because it's at least 50% baked good.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, if it's at least 50% baked good, we're kind of in the right ballpark here. Anyway, so that's the game. That's how they kind of like designed this competition show. And I do think over the years they've been pushing what it means.
Oh, well, we missed a very important part.
Oh, okay.
So the 3 challenges are, I forget what the first challenge is called.
Signature.
The signature challenge. And then they have a technical challenge where like the gimmick is they're told what to bake and given a very limited recipe. They're basically given ingredients and very rough guide of what to do, but never specifics. And then the showstopper is where they build a big, intricate thing that's supposed to, you know, show off all kinds of skills. So I think it's important to go over like what the 3 individual challenges are per week.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of lost the plot over the years, honestly, a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's power scaling.
Yeah.
Well, it's a scaling issue.
Yeah.
It's gone on for so long. People's expectations have gone up over time. This is also like a video game thing.
I think this is relevant.
No, I never said it wasn't relevant. Because it's all game design. It's all this is a game, and it is game design, and there's always ways to incorporate any kind of design thinking into
Right.
other kinds of design. But yeah, the show's been going on for what, 20 years at this
I don't
point?
know, a long time.
Maybe not quite 20, maybe like 15, but somewhere in that ballpark, I think. Or is it only 10? Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's gone on long enough that people are no longer wowed by like, oh, they've baked a 3-tiered cake with cool looking frosting. No, it has to be a 5-tiered gravity defying cake with creme glace or creme glaze or whatever it's called, and it has to have 3 different fillings and nuts, and it's like, oh my god, there's so much going on. It's all very impressive.
It's 15 years old.
15 years old. Okay, so I was partially right.
Yeah. But yeah, I do also think that it gained a very heavy American audience, like about halfway through, I would say.
And Americans ruin everything.
And I do think, so the showstopper in older episodes used to be a lot more, I would say, understated and like more about just making a lot of something more than like, now it's like it's like essentially like a cake competition always. Like they always have to do something tiered and it's always like heavily decorated and it just doesn't feel the same. And I think that's from the American audience who are used to that being the challenge. Like Cupcake Wars is a great example. They make these like giant displays of cupcakes, or Cake Boss is one where you see all these like really intricate but focus on decoration more than anything else.
Yeah.
Which I think is weird and shouldn't really be part of Bake Off, to be honest. Like some decoration, yes, like the baked good should look good, but it shouldn't be focused on like I made a waterfall. Like I don't know.
And this happens all the time with video game sequels, at least that I've seen. There is a trend, mostly with, I think, in the 90s when video games were still being figured out. There was definitely a trend that I noticed of if a game had like 2 or 3 in the title, it was usually like harder than the previous one.
Yeah.
Like Mega Man, I think, is the one that I think of the most. The later Mega Mans I always felt were like extremely harder than the earlier Mega Mans because people had already beaten Mega Man 2. So when they made Mega Man 3, they were like, well, we have to challenge the gamers who have played Mega Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And so we're going to make this a super difficult game to make it so that the guys who just beat Mega Man 2 struggle with this one and just don't beat it in an afternoon. So that's kind of happening. The audience shift also happens in video games, I feel like. That I don't have any readied examples for. But I do think, well, I feel like kind of God of War is a video game franchise where it had like 2 or 3 like super like hyper violent action mash 'em up, like beat 'em up, like brawler games. And then it had like, it toned down to a much calmer father-son story.
Okay. Very different.
Like touching father-son story, like open world kind of soft RPG-ish game, which was, I don't think that was like a demographic shift, more as like the studio was like, we want to change demographics. So I guess that's a bad example, but I do think that there are video games where like it gets pushed in one direction by a segment of the fan base, so the second one focuses on like very specific things.
I'm wondering if Animal Crossing could be an example of that, because when it released on the Switch, it was the pandemic, and I think it drew in a lot of people who never played Animal Crossing before. Do you think that influenced the way they like updated it? And I just remember people being frustrated. Some like old head Animal Crossing fans were frustrated at how easy things were. Like I remember like the storage system, they're like, you just have to push things around your house. Now you can just move things around your house. I don't know. Maybe that's what I remember, some discourse.
Oh, that's actually, so it's unrelated to what I was saying, but also I think it's a better example of what I'm saying. No, because a lot of games go into like this it's kind of the opposite of the British Bake Off. They go into the simplification model to draw in new players as opposed to like
making it harder for old players.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of modern games do this, super simplify, make things easier, take out some of the things. Animal Crossing definitely does that.
Animal Crossing does that. We talked a little bit about this when I reviewed Echoes of Wisdom, and how like I feel like especially the Zelda like 2D franchise has become baby easy. Like comparatively,
compared to Song of Seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
Oracle of Seasons.
But even any like older Zelda game, I feel, has all of these like some of it is quality of life improvements, I think, like being able to jump without switching gear.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they're really holding your hand more in newer versions of these games, especially for Switch, which I think because the Switch was a platform that attracted a lot of new gamers. Like, I think there's people who picked up a Switch who'd never really played a video game before in that sense, like that kind of a video game.
And so, yeah, they cater to like these newer players. They simplify systems, and some people like that, some people don't. But that does shift the demographic a little bit, and it can disgruntle older gamers. Where Great British Bake Off almost has the opposite thing, where people are.
It's the opposite, but it's the same thing where it's being influenced by the audience.
Yes,
and
yes,
and I think it goes back to the initial discussion where that like sparked this, which was like, well, I'm being judged on one thing, but this is supposed to be Bread Week, and it's because it's added so many weird elements to, like you said, to try to scale and make it interesting and like draw people in that like are used to more crazy style competition shows, because like the Great British Bake Off is specifically very relaxing, but it's like that's why we're here though.
Yeah.
Like we're here for how relaxing it is. We don't care if it's crazy and complicated.
It's Bread Week. Why did I get kicked off? Because my chorizo was bad.
But I do want to say too, like to that point, it does remind me of the joke that's been going around with Expedition 33, where it's like, this is a turn-based RPG. Why do I need platforming?
Yes. Why do I need
that's
platforming?
That's basically the same thing.
I like that. So the parry, one thing that I think Expedition 33 does that kind of relates to this is they have, and I don't know, I feel like they must have mainline bosses, but I haven't been into it, but they have different enemies that test certain things. Like I'm thinking specifically of like petanques, where each petanque is like a different challenge, and it's like intended to test a specific sub skill of Expedition 33. Almost like, oh, this one you have to break it as fast as possible. This one's only weak to shooting, etc. And I think that those are a good example of, okay, we are making like a focused challenge. If you do the challenge correctly, like that's all we're going to judge you on. Like you don't have to like break the petanque and also juggle like parrying it, for example. Yeah. Like it's not testing both those things at once.
Yeah.
It's focused on it.
Yeah.
And then there's also the platforming. But the platforming at least is like always optional, right? Like is there any platforming bit where it's like required for besides that one, it wasn't even really platforming. It was just like you just needed to do 3 jumps and climb 3 ladders or something.
That was optional. I was in an optional area when that was happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I think actually, yeah. And that's great. We just bring it right back around to Expedition 33, the best video game ever made. Because
it did win every award.
It won every award. Well, because that is actually really good game design, because now that I think about it, even in the required areas, the times you have to platform are to get
little bonus treats.
Yeah, like the only time you have to platform is for extras. Like it's not for game required elements. So it is just for fun, but it's annoying. But it's like, yeah, they built it better than the Great British Bake Off did.
Yeah, they focused. They stayed focused.
They really did.
And then to talk about another game, a cooking game show.
Yeah, sure.
It's the opposite of Cutthroat Kitchen, where if you do make an extra element, they tell you, oh, you're going to get judged on this now. Like,
right. Basically, you've backed yourself into a corner. So the joke that we used to watch Cutthroat Kitchen a lot. The Cutthroat Kitchen thing is basically you bid on things to make it hard for other people. It's a good game design.
Yeah.
But one thing they always do for some reason is make ice cream.
Yeah, for like the dessert challenge, because there's always a dessert.
Yeah, and it won't be an ice cream challenge. Like it will be like cake, or I don't even think they necessarily. I think they just give you the ingredients and you make whatever. I can't remember.
You go into the shopping.
Yeah, so they have
grab whatever you want.
So they have something you're supposed to make, and everyone will make ice cream with it. And it's like, well, if you make ice cream, we're going to judge you on that ice cream. Like, why are you adding an extra judging element for yourself? Like, you are just always making it harder, but they always want to add ice cream.
Your cupcake's good, but your ice cream's lacking flavor. So
your ice cream's a weird texture. And it's like, you didn't have to make that, but now you've created a part of it that they're going to add to the judging.
Yeah, whereas like Great British Bake Off sometimes is like, or is it Great British Bake Off or Great British Baking Show?
It's both.
It's because it's the Americans like it when it's a competitive
one
format.
in England and one in London, or one in England and one in America, and they actually edit the plate to say Bake Off.
Incredible.
When they show it, like that's edited in, so it actually says Baking Show.
Incredible. Okay.
Anyway, that was kind of a
know
ramble.
your audience.
Know your audience, but I'll say know your audience, but don't obsess over that. Like,
yeah,
I would say focus on. If you already have something going, focus on the audience you have and finding more people like that. I think a lot of things in general get obsessed with like, well, I want to capture a new audience. But that means you have to change your identity. And I'm talking about like game identity or like whatever you're making identity. Whereas realistically, like you've created this thing that people like. So the best thing to do is to, if you want more people involved in whatever you're up to, is to just find more people like those people you already have versus
reach marketing.
Yeah, but versus trying to be like, oh well, like I want Gen Alpha to like it, and it's like, why? I mean, yes, I know buying power or whatever, but it's just like
Gen Alpha is easy to get. You just have to put an ad for Subway Surfer at the bottom of your game that they can watch while they're playing your game.
Right, but my point here is just it's like don't turn off the audience you have by going after an audience you want. That's really the succinct little soundbite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rapid fire round.
That was a bit of a ramble, but I liked it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of came into it less prepared than usual.
No, I know, because I just remembered the topic, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think it did great. Okay.
I think so too.
Well, now we're going to do the rapid
patting our own backs here.
Look, nobody emails us at makethatgamepodcast@gmail.com, so we have to pat our own backs because no one else will say, good job. Unless you want to, listeners out there, you can. Okay, so the rapid fire round, we generate 3 random words. We have 5 minutes only to come up with a game idea based on those 3 words, a gameplay loop, and a name. And that is what we're about to do right now. Once I tell the random word generator to do 3 words. Okay, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1, now I am.
Opposite. Choose. Module.
Choose or shoot? Choose. CHOOSE.
Choose
goose. Whoa! All right, choosing modules is easy. Opposite makes me think that maybe modules in some way have like a Pokemon type system, like a rock, paper, scissors thing going on.
What's a module like in your mind right now?
So,
like, what are you talking about?
Okay, a module is like literally any compartmentalized anything. So I'm specifically thinking of like a spaceship maybe. So a spaceship has different modules, like a blaster module, a crew module.
Okay.
Like, and they're just components that you can swap in and out.
Okay.
Just any kind of swappable thing. So I'm thinking like a 6-axis or 8-axis. I forget what it's called, but like Sega Genesis, I remember a couple of these games where it's not quite top down, but you can control a ship in all directions instead of just being locked to like a scrolling shooter. Game example I'm thinking of is Subterranea. If any Genesis heads are out there, I believe that the official name of the genre was like 6-axis shooter or something like that. I could be wrong. It might have been something like free roam shooter as opposed to scrolling shooter. But I'm thinking like that.
Okay.
And there's bases that you can like land in. You can swap modules out, and like enemies have like a codified like system where like ice enemies are weak versus fire.
So I had a different thought. Well, I like let's keep what you said.
Okay.
But for the opposite.
Yes.
I think there should be a situation where like all the modules you chose could like switch without your control. So you have to plan with that in mind.
They could switch without your
like you drive through like a beam or something, and like half your ship is now the opposite. So like if you had a ice ray, now it's a fire ray.
Okay. Okay.
If you had like a shield, now it's damage. Like, not to your ship, but like external damage.
Okay. And so, like, let's see, how would level design work in that? So
I don't
you would
know.
make it so that so the skill that we test with our level design
Mm-hmm.
is planning ahead, like, no, well, let's see. Is it like you play a level, figure out which modules you're going to need, and then you die and then
No,
replay the level?
I don't want to do that. I
Okay.
think, I mean, that probably will happen, but I think you'd still want to plan pretty well. Like, I think the idea is more like it's about driving the ship, so like angling correctly, paying attention to what is changing and when,
Okay.
right? So like if you want to keep your shield, making sure you put that away from like the inverse ray or whatever, that there'd be these like bars of inverse land across the sky.
Okay.
And you can use it to your advantage too, like
okay. So like in like a boss arena, there might be like two places where you angle and like the boss might switch their
yeah.
elements so that you also have
I'm
to
thinking
keep
the
in mind
obvious
switching
fire,
your
ice, right? You know,
right,
yeah.
like the one guy in Echoes of Wisdom.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's people like that in E33 as well.
And
Get excited.
ooh, wow. And its name is
Fire and ice space. Fire caps. That's space backwards.
oh my god. fire for re-riff. That's fire and then fire again, but backwards this time.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if we want to focus on fire that much, considering there's like more things happening.
No.
What's reverse backwards?
Inversania.
Yes, I like that. That sounds
All
fun.
right. Inversania.
And it sounds like Metrovania, so now it's hard. Okay, next words.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. I actually like this a lot. Thesis.
Okay.
Husband.
Okay.
Cassette.
Okay.
I have an idea.
You hit me.
It's kind of like a Oxenfree, Edith Finch kind of vibe.
All right, so like a side-scrolling, not quite a platformer adventure game.
I don't know about sides. What does side scrolling mean in this case?
It means that sorry, I'm on the spot. Star Allies is a side scroller.
Okay, not really like that.
Wait, isn't that
Oxenfree is not a side scroller.
what?
No.
How would you describe wait, what? Oh, all right, we'll talk about this after.
Maybe I'm misinterpreting side scroller, but I don't think so. But like I've never played Edith Finch, but I thought that was more open world, like Discovery, like I guess I should say Life is Strange. Okay?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
adventure.
Okay.
You're walking
Yes.
around, you're
Yes.
finding stuff. And I mean it's like your husband is missing
Okay.
and he's a scientist. And he records all of his thoughts on cassette tapes.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
you suspect he's missing because of a scientific discovery that he has made that has made him like a threat to some government or something. So there can be a fun political background to this, right? It's very story based.
Yes,
I can't write a story in 5 minutes. So
as
like,
an adventure game should be.
right, I'm trying to like
All right.
give you the vibes because I can't craft that. But
Yes.
and then the mechanic with the cassettes is you have to find the cassettes and listen to them, and there's like codes in the words. They're also like you're going to find them out of order, so you have to figure out like what order they were recorded in, and that will help you like decipher certain things. And some cassettes will help you like so you have to find the cassettes physically first, and then when you're listening to them, it will help you like find other elements that will help you. And the whole point is like to find your husband and either
Okay.
rescue / join him. I think it's going to be unclear whether he was like captured or he went into hiding.
Okay.
Like, and then to like bring the
What if
scientific.
both?
Maybe both.
What if you find him in hiding and then he gets captured
And
and
you have to
then
start over.
there's the finale of the game?
Yeah. And I think I brought up Oxenfree because I wanted there to be like that kind of like creepy element to it.
Okay.
And also Oxenfree does use it uses radio tuning, but like kind of a similar mechanic there. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Wait, what were the 3 words again? Just to make sure.
Thesis, husband, cassette.
Okay, thesis is he's a scientist.
He's a scientist. He has a new thesis that's
Gotcha.
like crazy
Okay.
cool or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like it, and
Okay.
it's called.
Husband rewind.
Oh my god, husband rewind?
No, it's called.
No.
I mean, rewind could be record. It's called.
Well, all right. So
Play.
because it's so story based, like I don't think it needs to have like a name that like clearly delineates like gameplay, which is
Okay.
what we normally go for.
I guess. Yeah. I mean,
and it doesn't even need to hint at the story, like Oxenfree. Like, come on.
yeah, I don't even
That's
know.
not that. What remains of Edith Finch? I guess you're like trying to find Edith Finch.
Yeah.
That name is the same as looking for Alaska. Let's looking for Alaska. This.
Okay.
Finding Nemo.
No. Finding Dr. Montgomery.
Oh my gosh. That's all right.
No, you're going with it?
Yeah, I'm going. I stopped the timer. We've got a minute and 10 seconds left with finding
I'm not
Dr.
fully
Montgomery.
convinced on that one.
No, you said it and I agreed to it, so it's there. It's
Okay,
there.
well, now
Finding
we're ready
Dr.
for
Montgomery.
our final 3 words.
Yeah. Let's get
I saw them. Okay, hit
3,
go.
2, 1, go.
Salesperson, basic, and screen.
Screen. I thought you said scream at first.
Screen, yeah.
Okay.
Folks, I show Isaac the words after so he can read them.
Yes.
Yeah. To make it clear.
Okay, so you laughed. Did you come up with an immediate idea? Or?
Not really. I think I just saw salesperson, and like we always joke about these talkie games we have to make, and that's why I was laughing, because it's just that feels like what's gonna happen. It doesn't have to be, but that just feels. And by talkie games, where you have to like pick a dialogue, and somehow that dialogue option does something. It's.
Okay, this is a stupid idea. In that I don't think that I would play this.
Okay.
But
hey, we never said we have to make games we would play.
And this isn't even like a simulation in the sense that this is like how things would really work, but it's like a salesperson simulator, and the gameplay loop is that a customer like calls and tells you what they want.
Okay.
You can ask information to narrow it down, but like the user interface is basically like a big company's like website search. So, like, you narrow it down by, like, tags and price range. Like, if you go to, like, bestbuy.com, like, you can be like, I want an Asus less than $1,000, 12 gigabytes RAM.
I don't think that's how sales works.
No, that's what I said.
Okay.
This isn't, like, an actual...
Yeah.
But, like, the way that we convey this... So, like, you have to hook customers up with products, and then... the resolution there is after you've sold it, the customer leaves a review on the product, whether it like actually met their needs or not. So you're looking to like have a bunch of customers leave 5-star reviews. I'm
struggling with screen and basic for your description of the game.
Well, basic, no, but the screen is you're literally staring. Like, you are playing as someone who's sitting at a desktop computer, and you are controlling them navigating basically the sales website to find their needs. I don't know what basic.
Could it be like...
It is a very basic game.
Could it be like code?
What do you mean?
Isn't basic a code?
Yes.
They're selling basic.
That's... No. No.
No. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
What if this is to teach you basic, and you're a salesperson, but in order to make a sale, you have to code something in basic every time, and it's a learn 'em up.
Learn 'em up, kids. 1984 edition. Learning basic. Okay.
I don't know. I was just trying to stretch it because I feel like it. Besides, like, we made a basic game. Like, that feels like a cop-out.
It's a pretty basic gameplay loop with a pretty basic interface.
Okay, I'm gonna
Maybe
try.
you're selling basic goods.
I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
We're gonna take away the like tagging aspect of it. You're a salesperson. You are sitting at a computer, so there's the screen, which again I think is kind of easy. But the interface is very basic, so it's like actually harder to use.
Okay.
Like, there's only like 2 buttons ever.
Okay.
So to try to navigate to what the customer wants, like the like maze of buttons you have to press is like crazy. Like, it's like an infinite flowchart essentially.
Okay.
Of like yes, no buttons essentially. Like, that's all you can do. So you can't like type things in. You can't. So it's like too basic, and that's what makes it hard. Like
Okay.
Like it's almost like 20 questions. Like, is it the size of a bread box? Yes, no. Is it like so?
And
it gets it like.
so you're presented with a question, then like the customer's answer, and then you have to interpret that answer as a yes or no.
No, I think you get the customer gives you like what they want, and you have to get there on your interface by answering the questions about that object.
Okay.
So like if it's an oven, then you'd have to like.
Okay. And so, all right, you have two monitors. One monitor is the actual sales interface that we're talking about. The other one is like the product listing,
right?
Where you actually get the product details. So if the customer says like the name of the product that they want, then you look up like the specs of the product, and then you use it to answer these buck wild 20 questions.
I think you're guessing. You can't. I think it should be so basic you can't look anything up. So like they want an oven, you have to use your knowledge of oven to figure out what the answers are, and you might fail, and that's part of the game.
Okay.
I think it's too easy if you can look up the specs.
What's the name?
The name is
and we're out of time.
You make it look easy. I did it. I did it before it.
Okay. All right.
It's called You Make It Look Easy. I did it before it beeped. Everyone heard it. Everyone heard it.
Okay.
I did. I said it before the beep went off. You heard it.
I did hear. Yeah. Yes.
You just still are looking at me a little dubiously.
Well, all right. The reason I'm doing that is because I saw it hit 0. Right. Then there was a delay before the timer went off. Then the timer
rang. I think it still counts.
Okay. All right.
The timer did not ring. So if you weren't looking at the countdown, I would still win.
Okay. All right.
That's my video game idea. It's an excellent game. It'd be so fun to play. Okay. Anyway, that's not true. But if you think it's true, well, I should do our little spiel because this is the last episode. So yeah, follow.
Not ever.
No.
For a what? For 2025. For a couple weeks.
Yeah, for a few weeks. We'll probably be back. I would say mid-January. So look for us then. Possible I might post a rerun at some point just for fun. I'm not sure.
You love to see it.
You'll
see us next week when we live stream.
So we will live stream on the 20th. Usually we go live around 11:30 Eastern. But follow us on twitch.tv/makethatgame so you get alerted when we go live. And then also I just want to note that AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick, starts on January 4th.
Oh, yeah. Watch that.
We love our speedruns. Please watch that. Donate if you can to Doctors Without Borders. Or is it cancer? I think it's cancer this time.
I think it's Prevent Cancer Foundation. I think
they swap it.
Français is summer.
Is summer, yeah. So, but either way, they always have great orgs to donate to. And then you can email us, makeThatGamePodcast@gmail.com. We love emails. Please email us. And then, we have social media at MakeThatGamePod. I think MakeThatGame.com. The website. You can see our latest episode and sign up for our newsletter. Maybe I will send that out before 2026. I need you to put website stuff in the newsletter app is the issue.
Oh, I thought I already did that.
I switched newsletter apps because
okay, we figured it out.
Yeah, for reasons that are boring, but I did, so that's why.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Makes sense.
And now, if you think you would play You Make It Look Easy, a video game that we don't think we'd play, but if you want to play it, well, the only way that you can play is if you get out there and make that game.